Hi everyone, in today's topic we will see how to install Maven, how to configure it and how to use Maven. Okay, so Maven is a build software and project management tool which is used for combining all the supporting packages into one artifact. And later we will be deploying this to the target platform. Okay, so so here if we imagine we are writing a Java code. Okay, it can generate .jar files. Okay, for only pure Java applications. Okay, but if the Java code is for creating web applications, then we can go ahead and create .var files. Okay, okay, so but it is based on .jsp and .java. Okay, var files are based on .jsp as well as Java. Okay, but not pure Java. Pure Java is only for .jar files. Okay, so remember that. So inside Maven, after configuring the Maven software, we will be will be compiling the code, we'll be testing the code, as well as we'll be doing the packaging. Okay, so after the packaging only, we'll be getting the .var file or .jar file based on your requirement. Okay, so this is all about Maven. Okay, small introduction on Maven. And one more thing, Maven is a Java based tool and it is an open source tool. Okay, which is also free, and it is developed by Apache. Okay, so let us now go to the EC2 instance. Let's launch our Linux server. So here is our Linux server. And one more thing, before installing Maven directly, we will be having some prerequisites to install Maven. Okay, the prerequisites are: check if Java is installed or not. Okay, you need to install it using yum install Java. So I'll be doing all this deployment process inside my Linux server. Okay, so that is why I'm saying yum install Java. Okay, I'll be doing this in my Linux server. So need to install yum install Java, and you also need to install Java compiler as well. Okay, these two prerequisites are mandatory for running Maven on your machine. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so there are no instances. Let's launch an instance, and here I'll write Maven server. Okay, and here I'll choose Linux to AMI, and I'll choose new key pair. Okay, so I'll choose 1A. Availability zone is 1A, and security group is existing security group. Okay, so now let's launch the instance. Okay, so instance is launched. So let's wait until this is running. Okay, okay, it is taking more than the expected time. Let's wait it. Okay, so it is running. Let's copy the public IP address and go to the PuTTY tool, paste it here. Okay, so let's go to SSH or credentials, browse for the key pair, and open. So here let's log in as EC2-user. Okay, so now I'm a root user. So here, what is the first step? As I said, we have to install the prerequisites. Okay, what are the prerequisites? Java as well as Java C. Okay, first we will check whether Java is installed or not. Java hyphen version. Okay, so it's not installed. Okay, so let's do Java hyphen version. Okay, so let's do yum install Java hyphen, and here I'll be doing tab twice. Okay, you have to press the tab button twice. Okay, one dot, and you have to press the tab button 2 times. Okay, and it will show up some of the versions. Okay, so I'll be choosing 1.8.0 version. Okay, so this one, not this one. Okay, where is that? Yeah, this one, 1.8.0 OpenJDK. Okay, so I'll be choosing that here. Okay, I'll try it again. Yum install. Okay, so it is installing. Okay, I'll select yes. Okay, Java is being installed. Okay, so now what is the next step? Let's move. Before moving on to the next step, let's check whether it is installed correctly or not. Java hyphen version. Okay, so Java is installed. So now let's install the compiler. Okay, let's see whether it is available or not. Java C minus version. Okay, so there is an message called command not found. Of course, it is not installed. So let's do the installation for Java C. Okay, so Java minus 1.8.0. So let's do tab 2 times again. Okay, so here what you have to install is you have to install Devil. Okay, this one, Java 1.8.0 OpenJDK hyphen Devil x86-64. You have to install this to install compiler. Okay, so I'll write the same thing here, Devil dot x86 underscore 64. Okay, so let's select yes. So the compiler is installed. Okay, prerequisites are done. So let's check whether compiler is correctly installed or not. Okay, so you can see the compiler has been installed for Java. So now the prerequisites are done. So now we have to install Maven. So let's go to the official documentation of Maven. So let's do Apache Maven. Okay, here let's go to downloads. Okay, so here, so for Maven installation, I'll be choosing the binary method. Okay, so I'll be choosing this method. I'll just copy the link address. I'll do it in my server. Okay, but here before doing that, here what are the system requirements for installing Maven? As I said, Maven, this version 3.9 requires JDK 8. Okay, so it requires JDK 8. That is why I have installed 1.8. Okay, so that is why I have installed Java 1.8 version. So now let's go ahead here, and I'll be doing the binary method installation for Maven. So I'll copy this link address. Okay, so I'll go to, okay, so here we are in the server. Now let's download the package. So in Linux, to download the package, we'll be using wget, and I'll do the right click. Okay, so this is a tar file. Okay, so we have to unzip also. Okay, but before unzipping, let's download it first. So if I hit enter, it will download the package. Okay, wget is for downloading the packages in Linux. Okay, so it is downloaded. Okay, so the next step is to unzip the package. Okay, whatever we have installed. Okay, so this is a tar file. So tar.gz, that means you have to unzip it. Okay, so we'll be using tar minus or hyphen xvzf, and here you have to give Apache hyphen, yeah, this one. So I have done, I have just typed Apache and I have pressed tab. That's it. It will give the full name. Okay, so again I'll show that. First we have to write tar minus xvzf. Okay, and here if I just write Apache and if I do tab once, it will give me the full full link. Okay, which is Apache hyphen Maven hyphen, okay, which is this one. Okay, so now I need to unzip. Okay, unzip. So I'll be copying this unzip files to /opt folder. Okay, so there is a folder in Linux where all the downloaded packages are stored. Okay, whatever we download it, we can store inside opt. Okay, so let's hit enter. Okay, so let's go to that path. Okay, that opt path. Okay, so let's go to ls minus l/opt. Okay, here you can see Maven is inside opt folder. Okay, so apart from Maven, we have Red Hat as well as AWS also. Okay, so AWS files are also there inside opt folder, and Red Hat files are also present. Okay, so this is the installation or installation of Maven. So now, okay, so now we have installed Maven. Let's see whether now we can view whether Maven is installed correctly or not. To view whether Maven is installed correctly, let's do mvn minus version. Okay, still it is giving me mvn command not found. Okay, why it is giving me this error? Because we have not added Maven. Okay, we have not added this Apache Maven to the environment variables. Okay, we have to create environment variables so that Linux will recognize this. Okay, and then it will show up the version. Okay, so we have to create environment variables for Maven, and we have to copy this Apache Maven path inside the path folder. Okay, we have a path folder where we'll be copying that. Okay, we will do that. Let's say export. Okay, so I'll be creating variables and values inside command line. Okay, so this is the command line. So if the session expires, again you have to create environment variables. Okay, so inside command line, the variables are not permanent. Okay, if you want your variables to be permanent, you have to create it inside bash underscore profile. Okay, so I'm not doing that. I'll be creating environment variables inside the command line. So on the command line I'll be doing export. So I'll give the path as m2 underscore home equal to /opt slash same whatever the version you have to give the same version here. Okay, Apache hyphen Maven hyphen 3.9.3. Okay, hit enter, and now what you have to do export path. Okay, so we will be having, by default we'll be having path path variable inside inside the Linux server. So what I'm doing is I'm just copying, okay, whatever the value of m2 underscore home, I'm just copying into path. So to copy that, I'll be doing $path, okay. So along with the value of the path, $path is nothing but value of the path, okay. Along with the $path and colon means and next dollar, I'll be copying, I'll be adding this value, okay. To add this value, I'll be doing $m2 underscore home. That's it, m2 underscore home, and I'll add bin here, okay. So additionally, I'm adding /bin. So if I hit enter, okay. So if I do mvn minus version, okay, now it is showing the Apache Maven, okay. So now it is recognizing the Apache version, okay. So now it is successfully installed, okay. So we have configured Maven successfully, okay. We have installed it and we have configured Maven, okay. 2 steps are done, okay. What is the third step? Here we are following ICO process, okay. Installation, configuration and usage, okay, or use, okay. We have to use Maven, so we'll be of course doing that. But before going there, I want to show you the environment variables which we have created here, okay. So let's do env here, and here you can see we have created m2 underscore home, okay, where our Maven is located, okay. And we have path. So inside path we have this value of the m2 underscore home here along with bin. So I hope you got it, you understood it. So every time you log into a new session, this you need to do, okay. You need to do these things, export. You have to create these variables again and again every time when you come to this session very newly, okay. So it is not, these are not permanent variables, okay. Whatever we are creating, it is not permanent variables, okay. So this m2 underscore home is not the permanent variable. So every time it will, you have to do this 2 things here, export m2 underscore home, export path. You have to set these 2 variables every time whenever you log into a new session. So now once we have done the installation and configuration of Maven, let's try to use the Maven build software. So the next step is we have to select the project structures, okay. There are 3000 plus project structures available in Maven, okay. So project structures are nothing but managing the programming files and supporting files for that project, okay. So Maven is maintaining dependencies in a central repository, okay. So what is the command for viewing all the project structures, okay. So the command is mvn archetype :generate, okay. So if I hit enter, it will download all the project structures from central repository, and it will store it inside .m2, okay. So this folder, okay. So it will store it in this folder, okay. So if I hit enter, it will download all the project structures available in the central repository, okay. It will download all of them, and we need to select based on our requirement. So it is still downloading, okay. It is done. So in real time, you have to give whatever your development team or manager will will give an ID here, okay. So here there are up to 3309 project structures are available, okay. So based on your development team and your manager's requirement, you have to give the ID here, okay. It might be any ID, let's say 1 2 3 4 or something, any ID, okay. But here in this video I'll be creating a normal or sample jar file. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, so what is the number here? 2068. Let's go to that. 2068. Okay, here we are, 2068. And if you read that, Maven archetype quick start, an archetype which contains a sample Maven project. Okay, we are doing that. Okay, we will be doing sample Maven project. Okay, so if I go down and if I hit 2068 here and if I hit enter, it will ask me, so these are the versions available. Select any of the version. So I'll be selecting the latest version, of course, 1.4. So I'll select 8. Okay, so I'll hit enter. So it has downloaded that version. Okay, if you see the first file here, which is downloaded, this is .pom. Okay, pom file is very important. We will also see that. So what it is asking here, define value for property group ID. Here I'll be giving a normal URL kind of a thing here. So let's say I'll be giving a domain name. Let's say com dot. Okay, but here I'll be giving it in reverse order. Okay, so here I'll be giving it in reverse order. You can give any domain name here. Group ID, in the sense you can give your own domain name, your name also. Here I'm giving it in reverse order. Okay, so com dot cloudbots dot www. So this is the domain name which I have given. So if I hit enter, it will ask for artifact ID. Okay, artifact ID in the sense it's like a project name. Okay, for the build file, what name you are going to assign. Okay, so that is nothing but artifact ID. So I will be giving cloudbots underscore. So the number which I have selected, 2068, this is nothing but jar file. Okay, so of course it will build a jar file in the end. Okay, so that is why I'm giving jar project. So we are building a normal Java application, pure Java application, which will create a Java archive files. Okay, so that is nothing but jar. So that is why I'm giving cloudbots underscore jar project. So you can give any name here. It's not mandatory to give only these names. Okay, so if I hit enter, okay, here version 1.0 hyphen snapshot. Okay, so your build file must be having some version, right? So snapshot in the sense it is not the final version. Okay, so snapshot in the sense it is ongoing development or ongoing deployment. So it is not the final version. So still we are working on it. So I'm not giving any here, any version here. So I'm skipping that. And here, same thing I'm doing. I'm not doing any changes here. I'll be skipping that. And here I'll be selecting Y. Okay. So what you are seeing is build success. Okay. So this is a project created. Okay. So first of all, we have selected a project structure, and then we have selected a version, and it has downloaded some files. Okay, the most important file is the pom.xml, which is the first file here. Okay, and now here it has asked some some mandatory questions here, which is like group ID, artifact ID. Version is up to you. If you want to give it here, you can give, but I have not given. And the package also I have not given here. So So once you do all these options or you attempt these options, you will be going ahead and you will be giving Y here. Okay, that means you are accepting all this, and once you do Y, build is success. Okay, so now what is the next step? To view your project structure, we have to do tree. Okay, if you do tree, okay, tree command not found. Let's install tree now. Yum install tree -y. Okay, so it has installed tree. So let's do tree again. And here is our project structure. Okay, so this is a project we have created. Okay, project structure we have created. And inside the project structure, the first file, which is pom.xml. Okay, here we'll be going there. Okay, let's go there. Vim. Okay, before going there, we have to go into cloudbots_jar project. Okay, so we are inside this project structure. Now we can go into pom.xml. Sorry, it's the wrong name. Okay. So vim pom.xml. So this is pom.xml, and here if you observe, here this is the version. Okay, so snapshot again I have said, and this is nothing but it's ongoing deployment. Okay, so ongoing development. Okay, so it is under process, so it's not the final version, so that is the reason why it is showing snapshot. Okay, and here if you go down, you'll find some plugins here. Okay, here some of the plugins which are very important. So you can see all these things like Maven deploy plugin, Maven install plugin, Maven jar plugin, okay, Maven Surefire plugin, okay, Maven compiler plugin. Okay, all the plugins are located inside this pom.xml. So I'm not gonna change this anymore. I will go back again. So here now let's go to, okay, now let's go to src main until here app.java. So let's see what code is already there inside app.java. So let's do cd src slash main slash java slash conf slash cloudbots slash www. Okay, hit enter, and now if I do vim app.java, here this is the default code available. Okay, so default java code available, which is hello world. Okay, so I'll modify this. Okay, so hello world from cloudbots project. So this is a modified code. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, and here we are not giving any arguments. It's just a println statement here. Okay, so our arguments are not given. So let's save it and go back. And now let's go back to our cloudbots_jar project, this one. Okay, so cd slash home slash ec2-user slash cloudbots_jar project. Okay, so we are inside the cloudbots_jar project. So now we have modified our code. Okay, so I've modified something in my app.java. So let's do the first step of Maven. Okay, so in Maven we'll be doing compilation. Test will be done by the testing team. Okay, but here we'll be just giving the command for testing. Okay, so then we'll be doing the package. So let's do the first step, which is ambient compile. Okay, here we are compiling this Java file. Okay, so after compilation it will give me a class file. Okay, so let's see that. Once we do mvn compile and then hit enter, it will download all the compile related plugins, and it will be downloaded into one repository. Okay, let me show you that repository. Okay, that repository is nothing but .m2. Okay, which I have discussed in the starting class. Okay, starting of this session. So let's do that ./m2. Okay, before going there, let me do all these things once. Mvn test. Okay, once we compile, then we have to do test. Same thing happens here. It will download all the test plugins which are necessary from the central repository to .m2 file. Okay. So now once the test is done, now let's go to mvn package, and it will install all the plugins related for package from the central repository. Okay. So now, as you can see, there is a jar file created here. See, snapshot.jar. Okay. Jar project 1.0 snapshot.jar. So this is the jar file which I was saying. So now I'll show you where all these files are downloaded. Okay, so as I said, they are downloaded inside .m2 file. Okay, let's go to that folder, cd/. Okay, so no folder search. So let's do cd tilde. Okay, so now inside this, it should be there. Okay, so inside this, till yeah, and that is nothing but home folder. So inside this home folder will be going to .m2, right? Okay, so here we are inside .m2. We have one folder which is repository. Okay, so let me show you that ll here. Okay, here all these plugins will be stored inside this repository. Okay, so let's go to repository. Okay, so let's do ll, and you'll find all these things which are downloaded. Okay, and you can see JUnit. Okay, so these are written by developers. Okay, in real time, JUnits will be written by developers. So now let's go back again to cd/home/ec2-user/cloudbots underscore jar project. Okay, so once we are in this project folder, now let's do tree. You'll find target target folder where classes are defined. Okay, and you can also see the app.class. Okay, and inside the target you can also find jar build file. Okay, so this is a build file which is in jar. Okay, jar is something more. It is for pure Java application. We'll be using jar. Okay, for web applications it is .var. Okay, so now, and one more, these are unwanted files which are there here. Okay, if you want to remove them, you can do mvn clean. Okay, and if I do mvn clean, will delete all the unwanted files. Okay, so now if I do tree, okay, so this is how it looks. So now if we have the what do you say, so we have the .jar file. Okay, we have this file. Okay? I think it is deleted, I guess, because we have cleaned it. Okay, once we do clean, you don't find the classes. Okay, target or those folders you won't see here. And if you do ll also, you can't see target folder or those things. So if you do clean and if you do ambient compile, then it will get all these folders again, all these class files again. Okay, so there is no app.class here because I have cleaned it. Okay, so now let's do ambient compile, and now this time it will not download all the required plugins because it is already there. Okay, as you can see, it has not downloaded it. Now we'll do test. Okay, now we will do package. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so now what is the next step? So after generating build file, how to check the list of files in jar? Okay, so what are the list of files which are there in .jar? So for that we have to do jar minus tvf. Okay, inside target folder. Okay, let me show you the tree so you can do the paths easily. So inside the target folder, which we have to do tar minus tvf. Okay, so inside the target folder slash, okay, we have to select cloudbots. Okay, so jar file, we are selecting that. Okay, and if we hit enter, okay, this tar, okay, it's not tar, oh, it's jar. Okay, I'm very sorry, it's jar. Okay, so these are the files which are available in the jar file. Okay, so these are the files available. Okay, inside this file we also have the app.class. Okay, so once we compile our Java code, it is generating the class file. So that is what we are seeing. We are not seeing app.java anymore here. Okay, so this is how we can view. But one more thing, once we generate the jar file, so how to run this jar file? Okay, we have some content in jar file. Okay, if I try to open app.class, okay, let's see what is there inside the app.class. Let's go to what is the path here? Okay, target classes com. Okay, so let's go to cd target classes slash com. Okay, slash cloudbots slash www. Okay, slash app.class. Okay, but it is not cd. You have to make it vim. Okay, so this is the these are the things available which are not human readable. Okay, so this is a machine language or machine readable code or binary language available here. So this is what available in the app.class. So let's go back again. So now to run this app.class or whatever the content we earlier modified in app.java. So to do that, we have to do Java minus copy path. Okay, target. The same thing again. You have to copy this. Sorry, it's not this. Yeah, this one. Okay, up to jar. Okay, target. Okay, so now here you have to give the artifact ID. Okay, what is the artifact ID? Com dot cloudbots dot www. Okay, so dot again dot we have to give the app name, which is app. Okay, app, not app.java. Okay, it is only app. Okay, if I hit enter, you can see our output is displayed. So in this way you can generate jar files um, using Maven. So and further you can also commit this, or push your code into the remote repository. Okay, so let's do that. Let's also do that. Git. Okay, for that you have to install Git, right? Yum install git minus y. Okay, so you have successfully installed git. Okay, so now this is the normal project folder, and I need to initialize it. Okay, git init. Okay, so I have initialized this as a this folder as a git repository. Okay, so once we initialize it, let's go ahead and do git status. Okay, so these are the files which are available. Okay, so these are the files which are untracked. Okay, let me remove this form.xm. I have not removed it. Remove form.xm, which is unwanted file. Okay, yes. And now if I do git status, okay. Okay, let's do the whole repository. Okay, let's go back to EC2 user. Now I'll do ls. Okay. So now, okay, no problem. We'll do it inside the CloudBots only, for CloudBots jar project. However, we have already initialized this folder. Okay, so let's do git status. These files are untracked, so let's track it. Okay, so let's do git status again. Okay, so these are the files which are tracked. Okay, so now we have to do git commit -m. Okay, created a jar file. Created a build. Build jar file. Okay, created a build jar file in Maven. Okay, I hit enter. Okay, that is done. So now let's go to GitHub repository. Okay, not this one. Let me sign it out. Okay, so I'll sign out. Let's sign in again. Let's do GB Harchani. Okay, so this one. Yeah. So I'm signing into my GitHub repository. Okay, incorrect username or password. Okay. Okay, so we are signed into GitHub repository. So now let's create a new repository. Let's name it as build.jar. So Maven build.jar. Okay, so now let's create a repository. We have not given the description. Okay, so this is the .jar build file. .jar, this is for .jar build file. Okay, so now once we do that, we have to create a communication between our remote repository as well as local repository. Okay, so to do that, we have to do git remote add origin. Okay, we have to copy that and we have to paste it here. Okay, once we do that, we have to hit enter. Okay, so if I do git remote, you can view origin here. Okay, so the communication is successful. So now let's do git push. Okay, we are pushing our complete folder to GitHub repository. Okay, so git push -u origin. Okay, origin master, right? Okay, okay, origin. Okay, for us it is not main, it is master. Okay, so hit enter and it will ask you for username. Okay, Haricharan GV. Okay, so that is my username, and here you have to give the personal access token. So let's go back to, okay, so let's go back here. Okay, so I have the token which is this one. Okay, so let's copy it here. Okay, I've copied it and pasted it here. Okay, so I hit enter. Okay, so our master branch is now inside origin master. Okay, so that is nothing but inside our GitHub repository. Okay, let's refresh that. Okay, as you can see, maven build.jar, our files are here, and whatever app.java files which I have modified, you can see it here. Okay, you can see it here. Okay, so this is the process we have to do for creating build files using .jar. Okay, project structures. Okay, so using .jar project structure, .jar build file, you can create jar files. Okay, so I hope you like this video. In the upcoming video, I'll be doing more videos on Maven, Apache Tomcat, and Jenkins. Okay, let's be stay tuned to my videos. Okay, so the upcoming video will be on var. Okay, we will see how to deploy uh, var files to Tomcat. Okay, we will see that. Okay, but in the case of jar files, we are doing it in a command line itself, right? But for var files, we'll be doing it through URLs. Okay, and to access the var files, you will be going into the URL and you will be seeing the output. Okay, we will do that. Okay, so for this video, this is done. Okay, we have created the build file which is .jar. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.